You think this is enough, but is it?
You don't wake up one day and decide to settle. It happens quietly, in small thoughts, small justifications, small moments where you tell yourself, this is enough. You did something today. You made some progress. You tried at least a little. And that feels like it should count. So you let yourself relax. You ease the pressure. You move on. Nothing feels wrong, because doing something feels better than doing nothing, and your mind is quick to accept that as progress. But there's a subtle line between doing something and doing what actually matters. And most of the time, you don't realize when you've crossed it.
Your brain doesn't want you to feel uncomfortable, so it gets very good at protecting you. It rewards small effort. It celebrates minimal progress. It convinces you that you've done enough for now. And over time, that for now becomes a pattern. You lower the bar just slightly. You adjust your expectations just enough. You accept less without noticing, because you still feel productive. You checked something off. You moved something forward. You didn't waste the day entirely. But deep down, there's a quiet awareness, a subtle feeling that you could have done more, that you should have done more. And instead of facing that feeling, you soften it, you rationalize it, you make it feel acceptable. The problem isn't that you're doing nothing. It's that you're doing just enough to avoid feeling guilty, just enough to say you tried, just enough to convince yourself you're on track, but not enough to actually change anything. And that's where the illusion begins. Because effort feels like progress, even when it's not leading anywhere. You spend time thinking, planning, adjusting, but action stays limited. Results stay the same. And slowly, your standard shifts. You stop asking, is this enough to grow? And start asking, is this enough to feel okay? That shift is subtle, but it changes everything. And once that mindset settles in, it becomes your new normal. You stop pushing yourself the way you used to. You stop aiming beyond what feels comfortable, because now your goal isn't progress, it's relief. Relief from pressure, relief from expectation, relief from the discomfort of doing more. And you get really good at it. You learn how to structure your days in a way that feels productive without actually demanding much from you. You stay busy. You stay occupied. You stay just engaged enough. But nothing truly moves. And the dangerous part is, it all looks fine from the outside. This is how people stay stuck for years without realizing it. Not because they lack ambition, not because they don't care, but because they've mastered the art of feeling satisfied too early. They stop just short of real growth. They avoid the discomfort that creates change, and they replace it with something easier, something that feels like progress but isn't. Over time, this creates a gap between what you're capable of and what you consistently do. That gap doesn't explode overnight. It grows slowly, quietly, until one day you look at your life and feel something missing. Not because you failed, but because you never fully pushed yourself. The shift starts with honesty, not harsh judgment, not pressure, just awareness. You need to notice the moments where you stop early, where you tell yourself it's enough when you know it's not, where you choose comfort instead of effort, because those are the moments that define your trajectory. Not the big decisions, not the rare bursts of motivation, the small ones, the quiet ones, the ones that happen every day. Because your life doesn't reflect what you intend to do. It reflects what you consistently allow. And if you keep allowing almost enough, that's exactly what your life will become. Almost what you wanted. Almost who you could have been. almost the results you imagined, but never fully there. The truth is, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need to push endlessly, but you do need to recognize when you're settling too soon, when you're accepting less effort as if it were enough. Because growth doesn't come from what feels comfortable. It comes from what challenges you just beyond that point. So the question isn't, did you do something today? The question is, did you do what actually matters? Or did you just do enough to feel like you did? Because the difference between those two is the difference between staying where you are and becoming who you know you could be.